Next, which is very important, that is conditional statement one thing. Okay. Now let's understand why we require conditional statement one thing. Okay. So let's say you want to take decision on the basis of a particular value one. Okay. So let's say if I provide you one value, okay, a is equals to 10. Okay. And I'm saying, okay, if a is greater than 0, print high. Okay. And if a is less than 0 one thing, print by 1. Okay. So now you have condition. Okay. Like if a is greater than 0, print high. If a is less than 0, print by one thing. Okay. So on the basis of a, you are taking some decision. Okay. That if it is greater than 0, print high. If it is less than 0, print by one thing. Okay. So whenever you have such type of scenarios, one thing, when you want to take decision on the basis of particular condition, one thing, whether I do this particular thing or I do another particular thing. Okay. Task A or task B one thing. So in such cases, we use conditional statement one thing. Okay. So take decision on the basis of a condition one thing is your conditional statement. Okay. Now to define this thing, we have if. Okay. These are my conditional statement one thing is else if else one thing. Okay. These are our conditional statement one thing. Okay. There is one more, that is switch case one thing. Switch case. Okay. Now let's understand if else one by one. Okay. So first is if one thing. Okay. So if is like first, what is the syntax of this? So syntax is write if keyword, okay, and in round bracket write your condition one thing. Okay. This is the syntax of if statement one thing. Okay. And if a statement execute, like you have to take decision on the basis of if one thing. So if block is execute only when this particular condition is true one thing. Okay. Again, let's take the same example. A is equals to 10 one thing, and on the basis of a value, we are going to take decision whether to print high or by one thing. Okay. Now, so if a is greater than 0 one thing, we are going to print high one. Okay. So now if this particular condition is true, okay, means if 10 is greater than 0, then this part will execute. Otherwise, it's not going to execute. Okay. So in our case, yes, 10 is greater than 0 one thing. So it print high. Okay. Now if 10 is a is equals to minus 10 one thing. Now minus 10 is not greater than 0. Correct. So definitely output is false one thing. Okay. So that's the idea. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So right now, a is equals to 100 one thing. Okay. So I'm saying if a is greater than 100 one thing, then or let's take 10. Okay, not 100. If a is greater than 10 one thing, then print system dot out dot println high. Okay. So we are getting output as high. Why? Because yes, 100 is greater than 10 one thing. Okay. But now let's say I'm saying is 100 greater than 10,000 or not? Okay. Let's see. So this time we are not getting any output. Okay, and also nothing get printed on the console one thing. Okay, but our problem statement is if a is not greater than a particular value, then print by one. Okay, so for this we have another keyword, that is else one thing, else one. Okay, so else block of code execute only when if statement is false one thing. Okay, means if this particular condition is false, then you want to print something, you can use else part. Okay, so for an example, like here, else part system dot out dot println by one thing. Okay, now let's run this code. Okay, so this time we are getting output as by one thing. Why? Because my if condition is false one thing, this particular part is false. Okay, but now let's say if I'm writing a is greater than 10 one thing, so we are getting output as high. Okay, and one more important thing, only one block will get execute. Okay, it's not the case that you are getting output as high and output as by for same condition. Okay, means for a is greater than 10, you are not getting the output high and by one thing at the same time. Okay, either you get high or you will get by as your output one. Okay, this is our if else statement. Okay, now another thing is, let's say if I give you one more condition. Okay, so condition is if a, okay, let me write, if a is greater than 0, print high. If a is less than 0, print by, and if a is equals to 0, then print equal 1. Okay, means this time we have more than two conditions. Okay, greater than 0, less than 0, or equals to 0 1. Okay, so it's not the case that we are going to write if statement, then another if, then another if. This is not correct. Okay, because for same logic you can't write multiple if one. Okay, if say, okay, if you write multiple if now, so it's take this as one condition, this is another condition, this is another condition, something which you don't want. Okay, for same logic you can't have multiple if conditions. Okay, so one important observation here is, for one logic we have only one if statement. Okay, now how to solve this problem? So we have another conditional statement, that is else if something. Okay, so I can write in this way, if a is greater than 0, print high. Okay, else if a is less than 0, print by one thing. Now, if a is not greater than 0, if b is not greater than 0, so definitely it is equal one thing. So in the else part, we are going to write equal one thing. Okay, so syntax is similar to the if one thing, that else if keyword space your condition one thing. If condition is true, then that particular block of code will get executed. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so this is my if. Okay, I'm writing on the basis of 0 1 thing. Okay, now next is else if one thing. Okay, if a is less than 0 1 thing, then system dot out dot println uh, by one thing. Okay, now if is not true, else if is not true, so definitely a is equals to 0 1 thing, so print equal 1. Okay, that's the idea. Now let's see. Okay, we are getting high. Why? Because right now the value of a is greater than 0 1 thing. Okay, now let's say I make it as minus 100. Okay, so output is by, because this time a is less than 0 1 thing. Okay, now next is 0 1. Okay, so output is equal 1 thing. So it first compare. Okay, is a is greater than 0? No, a is not greater than 0. Okay, a is less than 0? No, a is not less than 0. Okay, so if my if condition is false, else if condition is false, so definitely else part is true. So print equal. Okay, so that's the idea of if else if part one. Okay, now one more question. Okay, so what about if we have more than three conditions? Okay, more than three conditions. Okay, for an example, let's take an example, age one. Okay, so I'm saying if age is 0 to 10, okay, if age is between 0 to 10, print anything. Okay, like age is below 10, below 10. Okay, right now exclude the 10 one thing. Okay, so let's call it as 0 to 9 one. Next condition is if age is 10 to 25 something. Okay, so print age is uh, between 10 to 25 something. Okay, now if age is in the range of 25 to 51. Okay, again 25 is excluded, so you can write 24 something. Okay, now if the age in this region, okay, 25 to 50, again print same message, uh 25 to 51 thing. Okay, and if age is greater than 51 thing, then print age is above 50. Okay, let's say we want to print any one of the message content. Okay, so we understand. Okay, in one logic we have one if statement, so you write the condition for 0 to 9 here. Okay, and we can write one else if, which represent the condition in the range of 1 to 24 one thing. Okay, now else part will represent any one thing. Okay, like if it is greater than 25 one thing, it's print always whatever the message you provide. Okay, but we are not covering all the conditions here. Correct, so the thing is, in one logic we can use multiple else if one thing. Okay, so here we are going to check if age in the range of 25 to 51, print something, and else case it's automatically printing above 51. Okay, so another observation is for one logic we can have more than one else if statement one thing. Okay, that's the idea. Now let's perform this thing. Okay, okay, so let's take int age is equals to 15 one thing. Okay, now logic is if a is greater than, first condition is 0 to 9. Okay, so it should be a is greater than 0, and then a is less than 10. Now you can see the use of logical operator here. Okay, means this part is true and this part is also true. Okay, like age needs to be greater than 0 and age is less than 10 one thing. Okay, so print system dot out dot println age is below 10. Okay, next is else if a is greater than or equals to 10, because for 10 your output is 8 in the range of 10 to 25. Okay, and a is less than 25 one thing. Okay, so in that case print system dot out dot println age is in age is in between 10 to 25 something. Okay, now next is else if. Okay, and sorry, this is not a, this is age one thing. Age, age, age. Okay. If age is greater than equals to 25 and then age is less than 51 thing, then print system dot out dot println age is in between 25 to 50 something. Okay, so here also less than equals to. Okay, now you can see use of couple of things. Okay, comparison operator, this is my comparison operator and this is my logical operator. Okay, so we can combine the operators also now. Otherwise, okay, in else case system dot out dot println age is greater than 50 something. Okay, greater than or you can write above 50. Age is above 50. Okay, now let's see. So 15 is lying the range of 10 to 25 and let's see what output we are getting. So we are getting 10 to 25, which is correct. Okay, now let's say age is equals to 35. Okay, means third condition. Okay, correct. Is in between 25 to 51. Okay, now let's say age is 65 one thing. So definitely else case one thing. Okay, so our output is age is above 50. Okay, in this way you can combine your multiple if else if statement one thing, conditional statement. Okay, that's the idea. Make sense? Okay, now another question arises, can we write if inside if one thing or anything else? So the answer is yes. Okay, and this is called as nested if else one thing. Okay? Nested if else conditional statement. Okay, it means when if or else inside another if or else function. Okay, like if let's say I'm writing age is greater than 10. Okay, and inside this I'm writing if age is greater than 20, print something. Otherwise, age is print in 10 to 21. Okay, now if part is false one thing, so in else part again you can write if age is uh, greater than 5, print something, else print something. Okay, so you can see if and else inside another if and else one. Okay, this is called as nested if else construct. Okay, now again you can write if else couple of ones. Okay, so for an example, okay, so if age is greater than 25 one thing. Here I'm writing if age is greater than 40 one thing, then print system dot out dot println age is above 40. Okay. Otherwise, else case system dot out dot println age is in between 25 to 40 one thing. Okay. Else case if age is less than 10, then print system dot out dot println age is below 10. Okay. Otherwise, else case system dot out dot println age is in between 10 to 25 something. Okay, something like can write. Okay, so right now our age is 65, so definitely it's going to print age is above 40. Okay, so it's first compare this particular condition. Okay, is this part true? If this part is true, it check these conditions. Okay, and if part is false, then it's automatically go to the else and check inside condition. Okay, so now let's run this code. Okay, we are getting okay, this is sorry, age is not less than, age is greater than. Okay, so age is above 41. Okay, now let's say if age is 15 one thing, so definitely if part is false, it's going to the else part. Else part is age is less than 10, no. Okay, so it's print age is in between 10 to 25 one thing. Okay, now let's see. Okay, yeah, 10 to 25. Okay, so this is called as nested if else. Okay, now if you want, you can write else if also. Okay, it's all up to you. Okay, so this is all about nested if else one thing and conditional statement.